Hi, Mary Liz. How you doing? Okay, so I've got you queued up here, and I've got your front poster. Then I've got your back poster. So, a couple of comments. My earlier comments on the front of the poster were that I wasn't real sure how this was going to fit in. Um, these sets of lines, these rules right here, diagonal and I'm sorry, horizontal and vertical rules. I thought maybe it was going to translate somehow over here to the back of the poster, but it hasn't. So in general, you don't, you know, if you've got a multi-page um, project, meaning more than one page, you probably don't want to introduce any design elements that you're not going to continue using throughout the presentation. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's no reason to bring something in once. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, how can I equate this? It would be like opening up a cabinet and seeing just one plate in there. Did you see what I'm saying? I mean, you have to see some repetition. So I don't think we're seeing that. We're definitely seeing it through color, okay? And that's great. But we're trying to establish this cadence and this communication through typography. And what I think is happening here is I think you're really super heavily dependent on color and of course image, and you're very, very, very light on typography. So how can we rectify this? My suggestion is this. I'm not real sure how this is going to work. I mean, if you can work it into the timeline or something, that's great. I don't think it should take up the same space if you do. I think that as your grid stands in the front, I don't think it translates very well to the back. And let me show you what I mean. So here's the front. Okay, let's take a look at these first two areas of the grid. Okay, and specifically this first square up here. Okay, so if we come over here, and I'll just move this down so we can compare these and see. So this square doesn't match up with the placement of this guy right here. It doesn't fall below, it doesn't fall above. It's right smack dab in the middle of that intersection had we taken that grid and overlaid it on this piece. So I'm not seeing very good adherence to the grid. Right here, 2008, 2008, 2009, 2012, 2012, 2012. I do not understand this, Mary Liz. I don't know what this means at all. This is supposed to be a timeline with some text. Okay, now you gave her name in that, but even in this part right here, even in this area right here, I mean, have some fun with the text, I mean, do some interesting things. I mean, there's a couple of things in basic typography that you've got this center alignment. And we've talked about center alignment, and maybe it's not the most interesting way to go. Then you've got these enormous spaces between your lines, which indicates that there's a difference between all of these. So these aren't grouped well. Okay. And this, I don't really see this as a timeline. I'm seeing, I need to see more text here and more, let me show you something, okay? Oh, there's that movie poster. There's your books. Oh, by the way, the books on this side, the back, I don't know if they should be floating down like that. I don't think that's a well thought out, having the books kind of crashing into the ground. I think the idea is have them flying away, so let me see, where was I? Okay, so the front. Okay, and then this front right here. See this type right here? Your type right here. Okay, so you've got this type here, but it's just centered. You've got the title, it's just centered. So is there any way that we can use this grid to its capabilities? In other words, let me show you parts of that presentation. Okay, this piece right here. No, well, actually, I want to show you some type body copy. This right here. Okay, note that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, 6-column grid here, and they've got this text in here that needs to be in here. So this has got enough text to inform the reader of what's going on. So does this. Okay, this doesn't. I mean, look at just visually look at the difference here and look at the text here. I mean, there's a lot of information in here. And then over here, there's just some years and a little bit of this. And okay, so I really want you to start thinking about filling this thing out and getting it to its logical end. What I want you to do is have this completed. Try to get this done. Keep working on it. If you want to resubmit it or have me talk about it some more before Sunday, that's great. But try to take a good close look at these, and especially how they use white space. They're not trying to push everything to the corners of the layout. See what I'm saying? See this beautiful white space right here? It's given a nice timing. Likewise over here. Okay, so think about that, and also think about how big your type is going to be. Specifically, like this type right here is going to be just enormous. This type right here is going to be enormous when you print this out. So can we try to fit this type in like down here, or maybe in a couple of grids down here? Or is there something interesting we can do? I guess is what I'm asking. Okay, that's about all I have. So I guess the idea here is just to keep working hard and get your text in place so that we can make some final decisions before we wrap it up. Okay, any questions, please get with me. All right, thanks, Meredith. Nice job.